Hey everybody, welcome to Rebus Plays. It is I, Rebus. We had a little technical difficulty with episode 3. I lost all my audio during the course of the game. Not sure what happened, so doing a little bit of a voiceover. Going to kind of give you some play-by-play. From what I remember, there's a little bit of a delay in me doing this to when I recorded, so this moment here, I'm just kind of showing everybody around. Got the forge put in, a little bit more storage, different things. We're getting ready to start the day out. Going to knock out some quests. Going to start working on the horde base a little bit. Going to grab my breakfast here as we head out the door and head down to see old Wrecked. Yeah. On the way down here, get stopped by the schoolyard bully trying to take my lunch money. No, sorry, Mo. We weren't having any of that. So down goes Mo, and off to Wreck we go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Again, a little bit different commentary on this one, so bear with me. We stop over at Wrecked. We're going to grab a quest. Knock out a couple of them here this morning before we start doing the horde base building. So a little quick travel, and we're going to rock and roll here. Trying to figure out where I needed to go. Always being sneaky and careful. Can never be too careful in a zombie apocalypse. So grabbed up those items. We're going to head up this ladder here momentarily. We got a bird come up. Just gets crushed right in the beak. Bam. Thanks for playing. This poor guy, looks like he's been laying out in the sun for a little while. Got a little cooked. I sat up here for a couple minutes because I wasn't sure where to go. I saw the medical supplies sitting there, but I wasn't 100% sure I could make that jump. So I kind of surveyed the scene for a little bit. And then I finally got some courage after I looted it to make the jump across. And yep, only took one attempt. And I had to walk the tightrope, which I was a little nervous about, but made it no problem. So then we decided to head inside and start our quest. We're going to pop up here, fight a couple zombies, make our way as we're trying to find the supplies. We had a nurse hiding up here in the attic. Not sure why, but she was here. And we made quick work of her. Taking some loot. Gonna jump down. Boom! Now, this was a POI that I hadn't been in quite some time, so I was trying to remember where things were. And we had a couple zombies come out, and a little combo with the club and the knife. Get a little bleed damage on them. Keep going. Not that big of a deal. Looks like this side of the house got hit by maybe a tornado. Guess they forgot to open their windows and let that pressure out. Swing by the bathroom. We'll freshen up a little bit. Grab the cloth out of the toilet and continue onward. Gathering up the desk chairs because at old Joe's USA, there's not very comfortable seating, so we're going to grab up any of those that we find. And venture down Had a couple zombies down here. Nothing major. I mean, honestly, you know, these last couple POIs in the last couple episodes were like nothing compared to the one we did in episode 1 where I got stuck with that biker. Definitely wasn't anticipating that. Here we find the candle on the table. Not sure how long the zombie apocalypse has been going on, but that's a pretty good candle if it's still burning at least 3 days in. And it hasn't caught the house on fire, so that's an even bigger plus. This was where I walked past the buried supplies, because I don't pay attention to my map half the time. So we grabbed those. Very easily could have turned and went and turned it in the quest in direct, but I said, nah, we got to keep going. We need to get some food. We need to find some supplies. Nothing wrong with that. Bust into this crate and see what's good. A couple books. Check that bow out. We'll keep rolling. Yeah. Tried to bait him here. Now, something kind of comical, at least to me, happens here in a few moments. I'm going to fight these zombies. And sometimes my fingers and my brain don't work together as I'm trying to rotate between weapons and stuff. So I'm going to give them a little help. Do some stabby stab through the door. Although I did more damage to the door frame with the knife than I did to the zombie. But hey, what are you going to do, right? So we're going to hit him a couple times. Next guy's going to come in. Now look at it. Killed him with the shovel. I shoveled him to death. Because I hit the wrong button. It just kind of made me chuckle in the moment. So we gather up all the little goodies that are here. And head back to Rex and move on to the next quest. Got another cooking pot. Not that we needed that. Guess if I decide to put another campfire up, it's good to have. Usually I always end up with 2 campfires, one to make food in, one to make drink in. So probably end up doing something like that at some point here. Just going to depend too, just on how we progress with our unlocking the cooking and everything. So back to Rex, we'll turn in the quest. I debated the grilled corn, but was like, the ammo would be nice, but let's go with the crafting bundle. Books are a little bit more important to try to level us up some. Sell some of this stuff off to Rect and just keep on going. Thought about the buried supplies quest. I said, no, we're not doing that again with this equipment. The other clear zombies quest was a little bit too far away for me, so I said, all right, what we're going to do, we're going to start working on the horde base here. At least get a layout set. So I had already crafted the building blocks while we were out and about. So just to kind of give you a little rundown here. I know we kind of touched on it before. Just going to build a little like short hallway coming down into the actual base itself. And it's just going to literally be like a square rectangle little box. Now this is normally what I would build when I'm playing my normal playthroughs for myself, because I use it as a base of operations and as my horde base early on. In this case, I made it a little bit smaller. Usually it would have been a lot bigger because I want to have room for workbenches and forges and chemistry stations and all that stuff. So I made this one just a little bit smaller than what I normally would do. And I just kind of, you see the little hallway there is where the hatches will be. We'll fight them at the edge. And then I kind of cut ahead to when the frame was up. So it kind of works out nice. I did learn the hard way not to upgrade the front higher progression to what the back is, because they'll just come right in the back and kill you. I learned that the hard way a long time ago. So we venture off now and need to gather some wood. So I went on a little bit of a lumberjack spree. Cut down a bunch of trees, gathered up a bunch of wood, hit a couple stones while I was out. just to get the necessary resources so we could work on the base. Was debating here about going for that supply drop and said, we'll wait till we get a bicycle. It's just too far to run right now. Just feel like I would have wasted a lot of time. So ventured out, found this tier 1 POI. Figured we would go check it out, see what we could come out of here with. Just had unlocked the tier 4 club. So old Yo here was the last victim of the tier 3 club before we upgraded it to the 4. So this was another POI I've actually never been in. So this was kind of nice, getting to experience it for the first time. And we got all these utility workers just hanging out on like these, they're hanging out on break, and find none of the work's getting done. Now, coming up here shortly is going to be probably one of my highlights of the episode here. This gentleman is a hole-in-one, ladies and gentlemen. Knocked him right in to the hole, and I didn't catch it at first. I wasn't sure where he went, and I heard him, but I didn't know where he was. So I kind of looked around a little bit, and then after I cut up the bird, realized that somehow I magically knocked him into that hole, and he was down there beating on the door trying to get out. So I had crafted some iron arrows, which was a huge upgrade over the stone. Definitely came in handy here in this situation, as I just loaded him up with arrows. And then he finally dies. We'll drop down inside, gather those arrows back up. There was a handful of them. And we'll keep pushing on. Surprised to find a bandage in the toilet. That one was new. I'm not sure if they actually took the pipe pistols out, or the regular pistols, I'm sorry, out, because you used to almost always find a pistol in a toilet at some point. Would have been kind of nice for us to find something like that, because for weapons, we're a little bit lacking here on day 3, but we're making do with it. Into the supply room so we can restock the shelves. Here comes the janitor, fresh off the shelf. I'm assuming he was waiting for the floors to dry, but it looks like he missed a couple spots when he was sweeping, so I don't know what he was doing. Going to gather up some of these materials here and just keep on our way. And I was like, oh, look, that's where I started. I had no idea where that door went. Now we come in here, we're going to get a handful of our friends. The Marlene twins are here. Almost shoveled her, because again, fingers and brain weren't working together. So we had the triple M, we had the double Marlenes and the Mo. Wiped them out and went through and just pretty much looted everything inside of the store before the main stash. Got a little bit of food and some odds and ends and stuff. Meanwhile, we got somebody at the door trying to get in. They don't realize that the open sign isn't even on. What are you going to do? And my first thought was, oh, these plates don't have that much durability. And then I checked. I was like, oh, they do. I'm not messing with that with a stone axe. So we'll just go all the way around and meet her at the front. And there's a bunch of people out on the road there. More than I was expecting to see. Oh, my doggies are getting all excited here. Wind must be blowing outside. It's hard to say. But she dropped us a bag, which was nice. And of course, our inventory was full again. So I kind of got rid of a couple things and grabbed that. We headed back to base to unload everything.
Even if it is to a scumbag.
After that, I swung by Rex. Was going to grab some food. I saw how much coin I had. I thought, well, we could buy a little bit just to give us a little bit of a buffer. Grab a couple things, and then I ended up grabbing a Skull Crushers at the end because I had this brainstorm of an idea. I was avoiding that Tier 3 POI in the first couple episodes we went by it. Well, this time I came back to it. I said, you know what? Let's go try it. I have never, in all the years I've been playing this, attempted to do a Tier 3 POI without a baseball bat. So I'm using a level 4 wooden club. I said, well, give it a shot. Just be very, very careful. Take our time, and maybe we'll try not to die. I got really excited to loot this closet, and I assumed that this was a woman's closet, and I really didn't pay it any attention. I just started raiding the shelves. Luckily, we didn't come out of here with any dresses or skirts or anything like that, so I considered that a win-win. Also, wasn't going to mess with that safe, only having a level 2 stone axe. Just takes too long. You got this guy, Joe's just sleeping on the floor. So, put an arrow in his head, put him to sleep permanently. Now we'll come creep in here, run into a little bit of trouble. Nothing major. Wanted to test the structural durability of the walls there, as you can see, when I completely whiffed with the club and just took a shot at the roof. Another one of those comfortable chairs to take back to Joe's. Should have grabbed that chair that was there too, that little sofa chair. That would have been nice. We got this businessman. He was trapped in the bathroom because apparently he doesn't know how the doorknob works. It's alright, we got him out. Picked up a vitamin out of the toilet there. That was a nice find. Decided probably wouldn't hurt to take that. That way we don't end up infected again. Although, do got that jar of honey that I will keep on me. So we'll venture down. I couldn't remember if the main loot was upstairs, which is why I went downstairs first, because I thought it was. As I worked my way through the house here. Looking like the coast was clear. I was like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, this dude burst through the closet. So I'm assuming, we got the businessman here. I'm assuming he was here trying to sell this guy on the structural and strength integrity of this closet, and then he just broke out of it. So I'm not 100% sure what was going on there. Not for me to judge. Don't know. All I can say is I wouldn't buy a closet from his his company. That's for sure. We got this guy hanging out in the corner. We'll put an arrow right in his ear hole. A lot better with the bow this episode than what I did last time. Episode 2. Way better. It's got to be the arrows, what it is. The iron arrows are so much better than the stone arrows. You know, the other thing's kind of a little disappointing here so far, too. Haven't really come across any mods or anything for weapons. Nothing for the club, nothing for the bow, nothing for the tools. A little bit disheartening, but that's why we play the game. One shot with the knife just took his head right off. Getting better, too, at using the knife through the holes in the door, I think. I mean, a little bit, not a lot. Got a Lucky Looter book. Those are always nice. Nothing else in here of note. Time to head down into the dreaded basement. If I could remember where it was. It's where our adventure takes us. Mo sitting on the floor, being all sad because the movie's over. That's all right. Wouldn't give me back my arrow. Guys, they just keep keeping them. I don't know what's going on. Now look, I even opened the door for her like a gentleman, and she still broke it off the hinges. I was so disappointed. Just trying to do the right thing. I heard some commotion. And I wanted to check the strength of the fabric on that couch, which is why I stabbed it with my knife. It's just everywhere you turn, there's just these businessmen everywhere. They're just trying to sell all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Now this here. I still laugh at myself at this. So I saw the zombie in the corner. I was like, all right, cool. Can't get a shot at him with the bow. So I was like, all right, I know we got one over here. So I was like, well, I'm going to shoot this one in the leg, at least bring him on. So I shoot Yo, but I get yo-yoed here, right? Go in, I'm going to wallop him, waiting for this guy to come out. I'm like, what just hit me? There's another Yo. I didn't see him. Didn't see him. Got yo-yoed. And Tom Clark comes out. He's all muscle spazzing. Janitor's walking like he's got a Charlie horse. We knocked out all this stuff. Grabbed all this. Wasn't going to break into that chest with a stone axe again, so I'll have to come back for that. But busted open the crates. Figured off I'd see what that gentleman had left to offer. A couple bones. But we took it. Lucked out and got the level 3 tools unlocked. Also grabbed another vitamin, which was nice. Definitely hoping to have at least 2 of those for Horde Night. Comes in handy. Yeah, I double-checked the durability because I couldn't remember if it was 5,000 or 2,500. And was like, yeah, we're good. So then I had to make my escape. Bust through the hatch and out we came. Grabbed some stone and decided to head back off towards home to get this stuff unloaded. Get this iron in the forge, get everything all set up. Headed out. And I said, you know what, with the last little bit of time that we have here for the day, I'm going to start working on getting this upgraded. But basically what I'm going to end up doing is building this twice in theory. So I've got the one set of walls. I'm going to build another set of walls all the way around it. It's all going to be cobblestone, as long as I can help it. So I almost got 2 layers done in the time I worked on it. It was enough for tonight. Figured I'd come back, grab a little something to eat, put some water on the fire. Going to end up making a mine overnight so we can get some stone. I got to start getting that cobblestone going. Totally forgot I had coal here. Just grabbed wood out of my inventory. So, and that was pretty much it. So, there's episode 3, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys being here. If you had a good time, feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Whatever floats your boat. But I definitely do appreciate you being here. This is Rebus with Rebus Plays. We're signing off. We'll see you next time.